Now, without further ado, let's get right into our mock draft 3.0. We're going to do at least one. We might do two if we have time. I want to kind of narrow this live stream to about an hour, and that's how I normally do it if you're new here to the channel. So let's get right into that and change this right over here. Welcome back, guys. How you guys doing? And let me get my screen up here. So I've already set it up in PFF. This is let's see, I've already got it set up. I've already set up the Raiders, so you can see right here, here's our draft picks for this year. They also allow the 2023 and 2024 picks if you guys want to trade those. So right now this is pretty good because if you want to trade, you can. I would probably prefer not to, especially since we don't have a draft pick until the third round. We don't even know who's going to fall to us right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit the start draft button right here, and let's get to it. So as you see, it's going through. I got it at fast, so it's just going through there. If you want to scroll up and see who was picked, we can do that as well. And then once we get to our draft pick here, it's going down. It's going to show what their best available is on their draft board. So we are at pick 86, and it looks like Brian Asamoah is here. This is a huge candidate for us, kind of a sideline to sideline, weak side linebacker guy. I think this would be a great pick for us. If this happens in real life and we get this guy, I think this would be a great move for us, especially, you know, kind of in the middle of the third round. I think that would be huge, extreme value here. He's ranked 48th in PFF. His ADP, this is your average draft position on these mock drafts, is at around 66. I like him, but we can also look at other ones. We can also look at a possible trade here. So you look here. Now, unlike other websites, PFF doesn't offer you directly a trade here. They will show you if there are any teams that are interested in trading. It says one, and it's showing the Chargers. Typically, I don't trade within the division. I don't like doing it. Plus, it's all the way down to 123. I mean, our next draft pick is at 126, so it's, you know, we're just moving a whole round down, and Asamoah is still there, so I wouldn't even take that anyway. So if you want to look at it by position, we can do that as well. So I want to get some input from you too. I can do this mock draft. You know, I can make a video and just put it out here. What's the point? To me, we're doing a live stream. If you have any inputs on that, on players that we should have or you'd want to take here, go right ahead and voice your opinions. I mean, we're still looking for, I would say we're still looking for a right tackle. We can look at that. So let's see. Sandy B says so right tackle. Let's see. So it goes offensive tackle. So they put both left and right tackles here. Max Mitchell is an interesting kind of player here. Playing right tackle. Kellen Deesh, he's more of a left tackle guy. He's a little small. I would not want him. Sean Ryan's a good candidate as well. Braxton Jones. I would say, and then you have Falili here. He's kind of like this huge kind of Islander guy. I think he's like 380, like 6'5", 6'6". He's just ginormous. We can go there, but I mean, his average draft position's about the 4th roundish. I would say Mitchell or Ryan here if we weren't going to go with Asamoah. But I think, honestly, I think Asamoah is too good to pass up here. As far as this is the type of player, if you're reading into what Dave Ziegler said, best available, somebody who falls to us, a guy who can actually cover. I'm not so sure if he's big enough. It's almost kind of like a JOK kind of situation, but he's kind of flexible and he can cover players and play against the run. I'm not so sure if he can take on linemen, but special packages, I wouldn't mind him in a nickel position as well. Remember, we're in the middle of the 3rd round here. I think getting this guy at this position would be a huge value in my opinion. So what do you guys think? Let's see if you guys got anything else to say about that, because I'm already wanting to click this button right now. But again, a lot of, if you look, this is one good thing about this. You can look and say, well, if we take him, our next draft pick is at 126. So you're looking here, ADP. Likely these 3 guys are going to be gone at our next draft pick. So Toma, I see you in here. Toma exclamation point. I'll say it real loud. Toma, how you doing? Welcome to the program here. You said right tackle's on the team. No rookie will start. Illuminor is your right tackle, not Parker. Ziegler said the OT position didn't play out as he thought. McDaniel said that he would give Leatherwood the chance to win the right tackle position. the position he was drafted at. He actually said that. So I think Parker's going to be a swing guy, a backup guy. Heaven forbid Colton Miller gets hurt. I think he could probably play the left side as well. I would rather have him be as a backup. There's no way in hell he should even be starting, let alone be on the team. But I would say it would be Leatherwood or Illuminor right now, unless they draft a guy here and can groom him to start. I'm thinking Asamoah. Honestly, not a huge need. I mean, we have Divine Diablo. I think this is the best player. You got Marcus Jones. He's more of a returner, a smaller guy. We already have Nate Hobbs as far as a slot guy. That's where I would go right here, Asamoah. So let's see, anybody else like Brian? That's what I'm saying. I think I'm just going to draft him and see where the chips fall here. Let's see. So you can see, so how many picks we have left until we pick again. It's at 126 and it's going. So they're checking right here for trades. Oh, three teams want to trade. Let's see as far as offensive tackle. You know, Mitchell and Ryan are gone, unfortunately. Let's see who, Bengals, Bears, and Vikings want to trade with us. So we could move down 10 picks. It's kind of iffy to me. These two are too far down in my opinion. Again, when I've talked about, if you're new here, when I talked about the other mock drafts, I think we're 10-7 last year. And now we have Devontae Adams. I think we're good enough to be contending now. I don't want to be trading for 2023, 2024 picks. I want to keep the picks we have now and try to bolster the team as we can. Need linebacker help, take him. So we did take him. So let's see what other players we have here. So some of the player, I'm still looking, honestly, I'm looking for a running back. I know that's kind of counterintuitive to some. I don't think Josh Jacobs is going to be on the team after this year. That's my opinion. I don't think we're going to pick him up on the 5th-year option. Unless he has a gangbuster year, I don't think it's going to happen. Plus he gets injured a lot. Again, I'm still looking for that third quarter running back. You know, not a third down running back, a third quarter running back in between the tackles. We're mid to late third quarter, we're up by 3 to 7 points, and it's like 3rd and 2. Josh Jacobs is out because he hurt his elbow or hurt something. Who are we going to give it to? Kenyon Drake? I don't think so. Kenyon Drake's good if he has a big hole inside. He's good on the outside. I want somebody in the middle to pound it. I'm not impressed. I don't think Brandon Bolden's the answer there. Abdullah probably won't even make the team, to be honest with you. So I want to look at another guy. If you want to believe in Trey Regis, maybe. I'd like to see a little bit more from him. Let's see. Pierre Strong moved way up. I think Pierre Strong's probably a 4th or 5th round pick, to be honest with you. And I think is a good candidate. Brian Robinson Jr., another guy from Alabama. Do we want to take another running back from Alabama? Maybe, maybe not. We can go after Pierre Strong here. Let's see what other positions we could possibly draft. We got the linebacker, offensive tackle. We could look at defensive tackle, maybe corner. Neil Farrell's here. He dropped. People got mixed reviews on him. I think he's okay. I wouldn't mind trading here if we're only a few picks back, but 10 picks, honestly, I don't like 10 picks back. So I'm not really going to entertain that draft or that trade offer. Let's see, corner. We got Kobe Bryant, and I just want to show you guys some of this. Now, I do have the subscription to PFF, so you might not get all of these stats that you're seeing here. Your mileage may vary, but it's pretty good. They don't have stats on every single player, especially when you get to the later rounds, but a lot of these, they have their analysis, their pros and cons. I think overall it's pretty good, and then it's kind of showing their ADP, and this guy's been kind of going down. So I know he was kind of a hot name early on. He had a real good season last year, and it also shows how they graded him by competition. So you can kind of see, well, did he play like, you know, East Carolina State or you know, Alabama and play well. So I like this. It's pretty good. If you're a veteran, also get a 50% off discount, just FYI, on PFF. There's all their subscriptions, so that's pretty good as well. This guy is not a bad guy here to get. They're saying 6th round projection. I don't think he's going to be there in the 5th round. We have 2 picks in the 5th round. Remember, we traded Trent Brown and got additional 5th round pick. We have double pick there, 164, 165. So I honestly don't think he's there. We can roll the dice, go after a guy like Deron Bland. I mean, again, we're kind of getting in the back end of the draft. I wouldn't mind bolstering this position a little bit more. Again, I also wouldn't mind getting a running back. I'm a little concerned. I'd like to get Strong, probably, maybe Rashad White or Brian Robinson Jr. Algier, he did well at BYU. The knock on that is they're saying he had a great offensive line and he didn't have a whole lot of competition. So people are kind of knocking him down a little bit, but I truly think we need to draft a running back in this year's draft somewhere along the line, probably either the 4th or one of those 2 5th round picks. Yeah, I read bad things about Kobe Bryant. Yeah, his draft stock's been going down. Maybe he'll be there. I wouldn't mind taking a chance on him in the 5th. We have two 5th round picks, so let's go with Pierre Strong here. We're gonna do that. I see it. Let's go Pierre. Pierre looks okay. Let's go with him. So, and another thing here, I encourage you also to do this. I put links in the description for not only recent videos, but also to the mock draft simulators we've used, not only in this one, but in other mock drafts that we've done earlier. I like this one because it shows the actual picks you have left. So we are picking 2 5th round picks. We don't have a 6th, and then because we traded it for Denzel Perryman, but we got Carolina's 7th here in that trade. So let's go with Pierre Strong. Let's go down here and see where we're at. More importantly, let's see who's left. We also have 4 trade offers. That's kind of weird. Hey, somebody wants to move up essentially a pick. The Eagles, I don't know. See, that would probably be more. They added this, which is really good. Last year, they didn't have this little bar here. And for some reason, PFF only allows you to make 5 attempts, and if you don't during a draft, you're screwed. And I know we don't have a 1st and 2nd, but if we had a full slate of picks, that's kind of hard. But they didn't have this before, so you were kind of guessing. So we're just gonna click this. We don't have to trade. So if they add their 237, we can move back basically 1 spot because we have the 165. We can do that. Or let's see, they won't take the 4th. They won't take the 5th. So let's see, a 6th round pick. That's weird. No, it's only a couple of spots up. So let me know if you want to make that trade. I'm not in love with it. We can do it or not. Especially since we have the 165. Tennessee's at 169. We're, and again, we're in the 5th round. We're not going to get a whole lot of value back, obviously. So let's see who we have. I'll let you guys put in the chat if you guys want to make that trade. I'm going to look to see what we have left. So we have drafted Asamoah and Pierre Strong, offensive tackle. Chris Paul, they're thinking he's probably going to be moved to guard. Not a whole lot left here. Luke Tanua would be a decent little project. Cade Mays, he was kind of a day 2 guy earlier. He's been kind of falling off. So could be an option there. Again, I think at this point in the draft, you're trying to find kind of the diamonds in the rough. You're not going to have guaranteed players. I think Asamoah was a great pickup in the 3rd round. If he comes to us, we got to be rushing up there to turn in that draft card. He could start for us right away, a 3rd round pick like that. And essentially, I have another thing. Let's go back up because I want to look at the 2 draft picks that we did trade away. Let's see, 22nd. They took Jermaine Johnson, edge rusher, and let's go to 54. That's the other draft pick we traded away for Devontae Adams. Trade McBride, a tight end. So I would rather have Devontae Adams than those 2 guys. Absolutely. So a lot of people say we gave up a lot. Not really. So let's see what you guys are saying in here. Van Dyke, the corner, supposedly weighed 170 pounds. Oh, Vandermark, yeah. Right here, Ryan Vandermark, I see him. So we could take him. I wouldn't mind taking him. We can take a look at him. 6'7", 304, another big guy, just like Colton Miller here. Let's see. Here's his stats. Kind of dropped off, didn't play in 2020. Had some problems with Clemson here. It's kind of a poor grade. A left tackle. Let's see if he has anything. No, they don't have individual remarks for a lot of players further down the draft. So I mean, we could take a chance on him. That's fine. I mean, again, we're in the 5th round. I mean, if Asamoah wasn't there, I wouldn't have minded getting a guy like Sean Ryan from UCLA. That would have been a nice pick in the 3rd. So let's go with him. So we do have another tackle, and let's see, Bailey Zappi. Personally, I'm not looking at a quarterback this year. We have Carr extended, maybe next year to groom him to replace Carr in 3 or 4 years. I could see that. I know there's a 1-year clause where we could get rid of him and it won't kill us on the cap, but that's not going to happen. I think they just threw that in there because I think Carr, in my opinion, I think because Carr threw in one of the no trade clause. So I think that's why they threw that in there. So let's see. What we have. Oh, there's more. There's more trades too. Philly wants to trade one spot. You guys want to trade one spot? Let's check it out. Let's see. Let's see if the 48% chance they'll give us their 7th round pick. Yeah, well, let's try it anyway. Oh, they accepted. So they got that spot. They took the quarterback. So essentially, we weren't going to take him anyway, right? We moved down one spot. We got an extra 7th round pick. That's the way I see it, right? So I would expect something like that to happen in our draft, because remember, we don't have a 6th round pick. We traded that 6th round pick for Denzel Perryman. So last offseason. So, but we do have the 7th. So we basically moved down a round in the draft and got one of the best middle linebackers from last year. So, yep, plus for us. But he is injury prone. So let's see. Let's look at inside. I mean, we could be looking at a guard tackle. Not a whole lot left, to be honest with you. But I mean, is Denzel Good going to come back for us? Is he going to be ready to go for us? It's a lot of questions here. Let's look at defensive linemen. So interior defense, that's defensive tackle. Noah Ellis is here. This is guys, just a straight nose tackle. Wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't mind him. ADP 174, which means he probably won't be there at 227 if we're going to go after him. Sandy B says, what about corner? What about corner? Let's take a look at corner. Let's see. Dron Bland, 6'2", 200, a bigger guy. Let's see how he did. Let's see. Fresno State. Did okay against Oregon. Let's see. Had some big games. Boise State. Not a whole lot of competition, but again, we're in the 5th round. So pretty good coverage grade here. So, I mean, he's an option. He's definitely an option. I would say it's between Ellis and Bland here. Speedy wide receiver. Connections to Rutgers. Do we want to go wide receiver here? We could. Let's see. And another thing, if you're looking at multiple positions with PFF, which is really good, you can pick. So we're going to pick corner and wide. So it just shows. So let's see. I don't think he's here. Let's see. I know we picked Javon Hiley before. He's kind of a project guy. I know we picked him like in the 7th. I think in the last draft we picked him. So I'm not. I don't think we need him now that we have Devontae. I'm thinking, honestly, I'm thinking either Noah Ellis, or we could go after Bland at corner. Let's go after Bland, because that way I know we'll get a corner. Let's do that. All right, so our next pick is 227, but we also got a pick in this mock draft at 237. We moved down literally one spot with the Eagles, and they picked up a quarterback. I don't know why they would pick up a quarterback, but hey, that's what this thing says. So they still have Jalen Hurts, I believe, right? Why would they pick up another young quarterback? Let's see. Noah Ellis is still here. Oh, 2 for the price of 1. All right, so 237. What would you guys want? So this is one of the things, unfortunately, with this one, they don't show the trades or the draft picks you've had. So we have Osimo, we have Pierre Strong. Let's see, what are you guys saying here? Look at the 30s drafts. Yeah, Sandy B says hit the like button and subscribe, hit the bell, do all that stuff. And especially if you're watching this on replay, why aren't you here with us having fun doing this mock draft? You know why? Because you're not subscribed, or you don't have the bell notification set to all. You're not getting your notifications. And if you have one of these little lovely things, even an old one like this one, you set the notifications on your phone to YouTube and set it to accept notifications, and it'll come right on. The minute I launch a new live stream for tonight, I did that this morning, you'll see it and you'll be here right with us having all the fun. So Hankins not around forever. Get a real nose tackle. Yeah, Noah Ellis is the nose tackle. He is the real deal Holyfield. And I think that's especially if Coach Graham wants to go to a conventional 3-4. I mean, he could fit the bill, and freaking, we got him in the 7th round. I thought he would be gone after our last 5th round pick. To be honest with you, I thought he would be gone. So let's see. There's more trades. People want to trade Kansas City. No, I don't trade within the division. Minnesota, the Chargers. No, let's see what Minnesota would do. And again, this is part of the fun of playing around with this, is we can go, obviously it'd have to be 2023. Let's see. They won't take a 6, a 7th rounder. I don't know what they want to trade then. They want to move up. They don't want to trade this. I mean, if I can't get their 7th round pick, I mean, what are they going to trade? So we'll get rid of that. So let's round this out and take a look at how we did. Let's see. Turdell Sands. We haven't really run a 3-4 Lawrence back in the day, back when I was a kid. Let's see. Yeah. I mean, that's when we had like Matt Millen at inside linebacker, you know, back in the 80s. I mean, I don't know. I don't think we're going to go to a straight 3-4, at least not this year. We don't have the personnel for it. I think, especially Max Crosby, I think he would be better suited as a 4-down lineman than either standing up like a Bosa or trying to be a 3-4 defensive. And I don't think that works for him. He's more straight 4-3 edge guy. Perryman would be nice in the middle, but we're not going to have him next year. We could look at possibly an inside linebacker here. At this stage of the game, we can get a guard. If we want to go after a guard here, I wouldn't mind that. Again, we're in the 7th round here, so let's see. Jack Sanborn. I'm just looking here at the stats here, so that's another thing. With PFF, they show where they've taken their snaps, where they're predominantly. So he's predominantly in the box. I mean, this wouldn't be a bad guy to get. I mean, if they're really going to go to a 3-4, I think I would rather hedge my bet at guard, to be honest with you. We've already drafted Noah Ellis at nose tackle. So I'm gonna look at interior line, and I'm gonna look at also look at offensive tackle, see if we can convert anybody. He's too big. He's not going to be converted. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. So let's go with the guard here. 7th round pick. I'm not so sure if we'll. Hello. I'm not so sure if we'll even keep Denzel Good, to be honest with you. I think we could save about $4 million in cap space if we do cut him. Plus, I don't know if he's even going to be good to go. He should be, but we don't know that. So, let's see. So, here's the mock draft right here. Brian Asamoah, A+. So, they give you little grades too. I think the first 1.0, our first mock draft, the grades weren't working for some reason at PFF. We did 2 other sites, but they weren't working. At the last one that worked. So let's see, Brian Asamoah, A+, C- for Pure Strong. I think because they had him 11 picks down. They gave us an F for Vandermark. Gave us a B- for a trade. Well, in my experience with PFF, I don't think I've ever had an A on a trade like ever. B- is pretty good for them. Deron Bland, D-. I don't think so. Noah Ellis was an absolute steal here in the 7th round. Josh Stills, they gave us because they're higher up on their draft board. So overall, they gave us a B+. Yeah, I would say overall that's not bad. But I want to ask you guys this. So an F, yeah. I think it's because we picked him at 164 and he's 211 on their big board, so they didn't like that. So, but I want to ask you guys. I'm gonna put this right here. Put the poll out right now. What do you guys grade our mock draft here? I'm not even putting an F. That's bullshit. There's no way. We got Brian Asamoah fall to us. There's no way you get an F there.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.